We got a guy over here. Now we've heard from the past. Let's hear from the present. Stand up, Chris Cannon. Here's the guy who, one of 7 guys ever to win all 4 NES championships. A round of applause for this guy right here. This is the great white hope of England right here, Chris Cannon. I love this kid. I'm going to talk to my wife. He's got 2 great parents. And I've watched him since he was 4. He's working with me since he was 14 years old.
This place is actually bigger than the Motorcycle Hall of Fame, which is pretty impressive. But,
thanks, brother.
Overlooking Southwick, all you can hear is the screaming of 2 strokes going. Ellis doing everything he could, pulling his weight, riding a Can-Am 125 that was his practice bike because his other one failed. We got a different mic?
All of it.
Oh, okay.
You're doing fine. Is this good? This is being recorded for
this is being recorded.
channel.
Okay,
It's for the YouTube fans, this one.
And anyways, north versus south, 9 straight motos, one after another. Number 1, finished it out. I want to start talking about the earlier days, though, as Jimmy was coming up through the ranks. As all of us remember, you know, everyone was just a little bit challenged. Jimmy's winning everything. So let's try something new. Let's turn the bike around. Let's turn it off. Let's let the line go, and then let Jimmy Ellis start his bike and go. And we did that. And Jimmy would still win. So let's figure something else out. Let's try it so that Jimmy is now a lap down. Central Cycle, 1971 or 2. I'm old, so I'm allowed to make a little mistake. One of those. The entire expert line took off, went all the way around the track. Ellis was 1 lap down, a 10-lap race. At the end of the race, emerged number 1, Jimmy Ellis. At 1 full lap down, he sat by himself until the whole pack came around. The great Johnny Betancourt and the Charlie Hyatt, the Dave Clemens, all those folks, the fastest riders in New England. I mean, we're talking about a feat that is unbelievable. Only 10 laps, too, made it happen. Then, obviously, Jimmy went on then in 1974, become the 125 National MX. He was number 6 during that time frame. 74 also, the 250cc, ended up number 3. 75 was his year. That was his Hall of Fame year. I had the great honor of being at the LA Coliseum in 1975, watching this man right here, 19 years old, catapult off the top of the stadium to the floor. I mean, it was literally epic, the scene, racing against the fastest motocross racers in the world. Roger DeCoster, Pierre Carsmakers, Jimmy Weiner, all of them, Volta, everyone was on the line. Marty Smith, they were all there in their full glory. The gate dropped, 3 motos, 20 minutes, Ellis emerged. Later on, I talked to his dad, George, and I said, what did you think about that? He says, it was just friggin' fast. And to watch this man here, standing on the ground, watching him go by down the straightaways, he was passing people like they were standing still. Once again, the 76 ended up being number 8 for the national championship for 250cc. Then in 77, number 6, and in 77, 250 MX champion, number 6 in the championship series. And the Supercross, he ended up number 4. But then he decided to go to Australia. But going back, Jimmy Ellis is credited, as they write, as the first one to do the double jump in Supercross championship competition. You know, and I take great honor in talking about this man because, you know, somewhat of what we do every day, as great as the accomplishments that go on and the feats that this man has done. He's done road racing, He's done, he did flat track racing in Waterford on Friday nights, where literally, you got people like Dwight Roy who have witnessed it. You know, the 1975 Open champion witnessed Jimmy Ellis falling down in the corner of a flat track race on Friday night, picking the bike up and going around and winning the whole thing from a lap down. Once again, refused to be beat by most anybody. But it was epic. It's interesting that, you know, we as motocross racers, all the great ones, the ones that are known worldwide, many of them here today, the neat thing about this sport is that there's a common bond between all of us. All of us who talk on Facebook, all of us that are alive, well, it's like we revert back to being 18 years old again when we're talking, and then we only realize that, and then we think maybe we can ride. But then when we get up out of that easy chair, that's when the back kicks in and says, oops, I'm 62, I can't do it anymore. That's it for me. So, well, Jimmy's still riding, he can still do what he does, but that's just natural stuff. But anyways, he's done it all, he's been there, he's seen it. I'll let Jimmy say some words because I've pretty much covered what I need to cover. And Jimmy knew that I would, and I'm happy and proud to be part of this organization on behalf of Jimmy Ellis, New England's first Hall of Fame champion. Thank you very much. Here is Jimmy Ellis.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you, Ken, and everybody here that came tonight. It's certainly a pleasure to be here and an honor. And it's been unexpected for the trophies, but thank you, everybody. And look, it's been a marvelous life. I've had a lot of years in Australia, been there for about 35 years. And I've come home for a bit of family and catch up on people that I haven't seen for a long time. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you very much, everybody.
Jimmy Ellis. Come on up, Jojo.
Hey, everybody. How emotional I get, I'm going to try not to cry, but if there was ever anyone who should get this award, it's this guy. I grew up, he was my hero, ended up being teammates with him, spent pretty much every week in 1982 in the same hotel room with him, and I used to think I was pretty good at stuff and everything, but you talked about all the race accomplishments, but there's a few other things about Jim people don't know.
A lot of things.
Probably the best mechanic I've ever seen, best car or truck driver. If they had what McGrath and Johnson are doing with the truck races now, he'd be lapping these guys. Best jumper, everyone knows that. I'm still mad at him for doubling the thing because I'm scared of doubles, and he ruined the whole thing for us. But also one of the best friends you could have. So I'm just really happy to see you. It's been a long time. I went to Australia in 1986, ran into my old friend. He hadn't ridden for a while. He still was way faster than all of us. He always knew how to win, no matter what he did. Mostly because George would have killed him if he didn't. I love him, and I couldn't be more happy, more honored to be up here with you.
Thank you, Jojo.
Thank you, Jojo.
Coming from JoJo Cohen, that means a lot. And he's certainly going to be getting one of those from us sooner than later, I guarantee you that. Thank you very much, Jimmy Ellis, for blessing us with your presence this evening. It's an honor to have you here and have you in the Hall of Fame, and wish you the best of luck. Perfect timing, right? Okay, so I'm not taking that call. Thank you very much.
Thank
God
you.
bless you and happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Look, I just want to again say thank you very much for having me here and putting on such a beautiful museum and
Thank you.
nostalgia that we can only reminisce about being older people now, and we had a lot of good years. A lot of good years.
Awesome.
Yeah, New England's a good place.
Thank you, Jimmy. A round
you.
of applause for the champ. We have another award up top here, but before I get to that one, I want to go around the room here because I think this may be the largest gathering of NESC and national champions ever in New England. So I'm going to start over here. If you won an NESC championship, raise your hand. Anybody here won an NESC championship on this side of the room? We got one right here. Stand up. What's your name, young man?
Jeff Martell, been racing 23 years. Finally won one.
Congratulations, Jeff. Did you? Woo, way to go, Jeff. Did you sign the Hall of Fame down there? Okay. All right. Awesome. Any other champs over here? We got one over here. We got an amateur champ right here. Go ahead.
Name's Steve Violent. In 1992, I managed to put all my races together and win an amateur championship. And then Andy let me practice with the experts, and that was the year JoJo came back, and I'd never been passed so fast and disheartened so quickly in my life, but I knew that I was going to have to step it up in the expert class, and I'm honored to even just be on the track with guys like JoJo and Jimmy Meenan at a time when those guys were certainly the class in New England. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Any other NESC champions over here? We got, oh, here's one, Jeff Miller.
No, you're missing.
We're missing one. Oh, well, wait, we got a whole special section for that guy. We're working up to him soon. We got one right here, Keith Johnson. This is a guy who needs no introduction.
He's won a lot more than one back town.
Keith, how you doing, man?
Yeah, it's good. I'm good, Ken. It's great to be here. You know, funny thing about Jimmy Ellis is, so, you know, I grew up racing in New England, won some championships, but now, you know, I run the Southwick track and everything with the family, and we had our Nationals promoters meeting out at the AMA Hall of Fame, and I'd been there a couple of years ago, and, you know, it's not as big as you would think. You know, this place is actually bigger than the Motorcycle Hall of Fame, which is pretty impressive. But,
thanks, brother.
But one of the things they have over there at the Hall of Fame is Jimmy's 73 or 74 bike, and it was pretty cool walking through there, seeing all this, you know, the best of the best, and being from New England and walking through and seeing Jimmy's bike on display there. So, pretty impressive stuff. But yeah, it's good to be here. I want to thank you and everybody for putting this on, and yeah, probably the biggest gathering ever for dirt bikers in New England. So thank you.
Thank you, Keith. I'm honored to have all you guys here. And the support team. This gentleman here, another guy needs no introduction. World famous JoJo Keller, Machine Gun Keller. JoJo.
Yeah, sorry, I got a little emotional up there. It's just so great to see all you guys, and it's funny because you know, Keith spent a lot of time with me when he was younger, like I did with Jimmy. I was lucky enough. My uncle Flint, who a lot of people might know, moved to Connecticut, right near Jimmy, and you know, George and he were big friends and stuff, but it's still surreal. You know, the guy I idolized when I was little, but we became teammates and everything, but Keith used to stay with me along with a few other guys back. We lived close by, and like seeing him to go on to his success, and I think like we all talk about the motocross community and how many great friends you've met from motocross, but it's crazy just how serious that is. It's like, that's why I get so emotional, because this is my family, you know. I grew up, this is what it was all about. It's all I ever wanted to do. I told my mother when I was like 6 I was going to be a motocross racer. Everyone laughed, but I did it. But it's just an honor to be here. I love all of you like family, and thanks to you, Ken, for putting this on. And then here's the best New England rider of all time in New England, Jim Meenan.
Thanks, JoJo. You were pretty good, too. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a pleasure being here at an excellent museum. Not too often we get a bunch of champions together like this, without the suits on and having a good time. So thanks for Ken and having us put this all together. And I don't know, attitude check, we love this shit. So yeah, Jimmy Ellis, and he's the big guy, my hero, and JoJo and Keith, and you know, there's a bunch of generations here, I guess you could say generations of riders that still got hit. We all had a great time racing and road trips all together, and the stories we got will never be repeated again, that's for sure. Anything to say, Ken?
That's it.
Thanks, Jimbo. You guys were all my heroes growing up, man. All you guys. When's the last time you've seen Jimmy Ellis, Jim Meenan, JoJo Keller, Keith Johnson, Leo Photo?
Leo Photo, baby! He won like 6 of them.
Leo Photo, number 81.
I love coming to these things.
I didn't know he could speak English. I thought he was French.
Oh, you want me to speak French?
Yeah.
I love coming to these things. It just brings so many memories back. And, it's just, when I come to these things, I never knew I had that many fans until people come up to me and shake my hand. You know, I just go out there and have fun every weekend. And a lot of these amateurs, I used to watch them race. You know, and it's just, it brings back so many memories. It's just awesome having a big family like this. I'm probably going to start riding a little more this year. So.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not racing.
You're in trouble, Bet Rider.
I'm gonna
You're in trouble, Bet Rider.
get the bug at the JoJo.
Good.
All right.
Thanks, Leo.
All right.
Thank you, Leo. Good round of applause for Leo, JoJo, Keith, and Jimmy over there. So, Leo brought up a great point. He wants to come back and ride this year for fun. That guy over there, Jim Lotion, Jimbo, this guy, you're the one who put the fun back in vet riding. Without racing, these guys go out and they rent the track and have a blast. So if you want to swing a light over a bike, sign up to Old Men That Used to Race Facebook page and stay in touch. We got a guy over here. Now we've heard from the past. Let's hear from the present. Stand up, Chris Canning. Here's the guy who, one of 7 guys ever to win all 4 NES championships. A round of applause for this guy right here. This is the great white hope of England right here, Chris Canning. I love this kid. I'm going to talk to my wife. He's got 2 great parents. And I've watched him since he was 4. He's worked with me since he was 14 years old. And just super proud of him. We've watched him come up through the ranks and kick ass, and he's got a never-to-say-die attitude. So keep an eye on this guy, the Nationals next year. And if you're racing NESC in expert class, I feel sorry for you. You're going to be seeing a lot of this guy's rear fender, that's for damn sure. So Chris, thank you for coming tonight, and good luck next year. He just picked up a full ride from Kawasaki. He's got 2 brand new Kawasaki's, and he's got full sponsorship for gear. For once, everything's picked up, the whole tab's picked up for him except for food, I guess, right? We're working on that. So Chris, let's hear a couple words.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool to be, I guess, in the room with all these guys. I unfortunately haven't heard most of their names, but you know, I'm born.
He's 24.
So most of these guys were done racing when I was born, but it's cool to be a part of it.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
So, I think now would be a good time to bring up the next trophy, which is not for a rider. Anybody who's raced a championship series before has had a support team behind them, and there's usually a moto dad or a moto mom that makes it all happen. There were a couple women I thought of giving this trophy to, and Bonnie Smith was one of them because I watched her leave her husband because her husband said, listen, if you keep racing motocross, my kid, I'm going to leave you. She said goodbye, and then Jake went on to win a whole shitload of NESC championships and now runs his own track. So without mothers like Bonnie, there would be no champ. Without my mom, I wouldn't have raced. She bought me a bike in 1983. So without further ado, this person here is one of the toughest moms I know. She runs an auto repair shop. She can change a transmission on a diesel truck. She is a hell of a cook. She's a hell of a wife, a hell of a mom, a great friend. And I personally know that she had a lot to do with Chris Canning's championship this year. So Amy Fortin, come on up here. This is Moto Mom of the Year 2018. Amy Fortin, she's a real deal. Her and Larry have put an awesome effort together for Larry Jr. Here you go, hon.
Oh, thanks.
Give me a hug. I love you.
I love you.
Happy holidays. Can we hear a word from the Moto Mom of the Year?
Well, thank you guys. I didn't expect this at all. I'm just a regular mom, just doing my thing.
Regular mom that runs
you guys have
an
me
auto repair shop.
You guys have me speechless. I burn stuff and I fix stuff. That's it.
She's a real. She owns A&B Automotive about 2 miles down the road from here. And where's Larry Fortin Jr.? Stand up, Larry Fortin Jr. There he is. He's the third. I always call him LJ, and I'm never going to stop calling him LJ. Larry Jr. Come on up here, Larry. I believe he's one of the top 3 fastest 16-year-olds in New England right now, so he may be getting one of these trophies 20 years from now from us. But Larry,
What are your plans for this year?
Loretta's and just get better on the dirt bike.
We're senior. Senior, you got to come up here now too. So, you coming up, Larry?
It's a full family.
We got the whole family affair here.
She doesn't like to share.
Well, I'm just gonna let it. We'll walk away from it. So, did I say a word, Larry?
Thank you. My wife definitely deserves it. She goes way out of her way for all these kids.
I didn't see this coming.
So, thanks for having us, and it's been a pleasure. Kenny actually got Larry racing when he was 6 years old.
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
5 or
6 years
6.
old, because we brought him to the track, and he choked. And then we weren't going to go racing again, but somehow Big Kenny got him to go again, and this is what he turned into. So, thanks, Ken.
Thank you, Larry. Now, Amy also raced. She raced the women's class for a while, and she used to battle it out for first or second place at
That was
NEMA.
for like 8.
Well, anyways, you're a hell of a fighter, so God bless you and Merry Christmas. So, hey guys, there's a party after this event. Mike Treadwell is doing an after party kind of thing, and of course, Treadwell's not here yet, is he? Is Tread here? He never shows up on time, ever. Not for a race, but Treadwell's one of those guys who's won a pro race every year. Well, not one of those. I think he's one of maybe 3 guys that have ever accomplished winning an expert or pro race 30 years in a row. Thank you, babe.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. So 30 years in a row. He's one of the guys we're here for today. Any other NESC champions over here? Who we got? Who did I miss? Billy Ainsworth. Get up here, Billy. This guy won the national support class this year. I lost my voice for 2 days speaking for him. Billy, how's it going, buddy? You won the NESC championship. What year was that?
2006, so a while ago now.
Did you sign the wall of champions over there?
I did, yeah. Thank you. And awesome job, Ken. This is, you deserve a lot of credit with Jim because this whole place, the bikes, and man, next year. This is going to be way, I can't even imagine next year. Now that we have this crowd and everyone to see the guys come together, the emotion, all the stuff, it's freaking awesome.
Where's your pops today? I'll be here.
He better be on his way. It was his uncle's 90th birthday today, so he's carting around my uncle with oxygen and shit. So.
Well, your mom was up for Moto Mom of the Year too, so we picked Amy. But your mom definitely has one of those coming in the future. So thank you, Billy. And what are your plans for the national? You do the support class again, smoke everybody again?
Yeah, if they do it, I'll be there.
Awesome. Thanks, Billy. Extra special. This guy right here, Paul Buckley. Paul, this guy, I've never gone to an NESC race ever in 50 years and not seen this guy there. He has the most hardcore motocross guy probably in the room, probably the #1 fan of all you guys, taking more pictures of you than anybody else in the world. So thank you for all your years of service to NESC. And would you like to say a word?
Sure, Ken. Really a big thank you to you for putting this whole event together and for turning this place from a war zone into a beautiful museum. Also, a thank you to everybody here for, letting me have a dream job for the last 44 years. Hardly call it a job, so thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Paul. And then the most round of applause for Paul Buckley. Hoorah! Yeah. The most liked man in New England motocross right here. I think I can only imagine when you died, the funeral's going to be like 6 miles long, man. I don't know if it'll be you or me first, but I'm definitely coming. It's you first.
Hopefully it's a tie. It's a long time from now.
Who's next? Who's the next NESC champion over here? You got any NESC champions? No? No champions? We got one over here? Keith. How you doing, Keith?
How you doing, Ken?
Which one did you win?
92, 93 youth champion.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us. Good time.
Did you sign the wall of fame?
I did.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything you'd like to add?
What's up?
Would you like to add anything?
Just everybody that put this on. Jim, good friend of mine. He got me into racing motocross. Actually in 1991.
Yep.
And the old man used to race, got me back into racing motocross again this year. So my first year back since 2000.
Awesome.
And it was a little rough, but I had a good time, and just thanks to everybody that's here.
Awesome. Where's Jim Motion? Where's Jimbo? Oh, I got another guy here I got to introduce. Jim, this is our winter event, but next summer, Jim and I talked about doing an event. We own a 52-acre compound / motocross track, and everybody who is here is invited to that event. It's about 3 miles from here at my house. So stay tuned, stay in touch with Jim, and we're gonna have other great events. We're gonna have a summer event and then this winter event next year.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you guys, anybody that wants to follow along, just send a request to the group. It's Old Men That Used to Race. It's on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You can follow me there. Same name, Old Men That Used to Race. And I also have a page that I set up because things were getting so big. I needed to plan events and make things better for the group. So if you guys get a chance, check that out too. If you like it, leave a good recommendation. It should help us get bigger and bigger and hopefully get access to better and better stuff. But yeah, I'll plan it with Ken. We'll get a great thing going for this summer, and we'll just have some fun. Get back on our dirt bikes and have some fun.
So Jim does events all summer long, but I'm going to co-sponsor 2 events with him, this one and the summer event, and we're going to hold it at our farm, which will be awesome. So I got a guy behind me here who is the world record jump holder right here. He may or may not need an introduction, but this is Doug Danger. Doug Danger, last year, this guy's a legend, worldwide legend, probably one of the most well-known people in the room here. Last year at Sturgis, Doug set the world record jump on Evel Knievel's Harley Davidson. In fact, I believe that cane you're holding is Evel Knievel's cane. Is that correct?
These are one of the replicas that people can buy.
Okay, it's a replica, but in any event, he actually, how many cars did you jump?
I jumped Evel Knievel's motorcycle over 22 cars.
Now, we're talking about a Harley Davidson Sportster, okay? 21 cars. I could see Chris Canning hucking it on my CR500, no problem, but on a Harley Davidson, holy shit. You must need a wheelbarrow for your balls. You must have exceptionally large balls.
I'll tell you what, I remember a lot of these names here, and one thing I want these guys to know, like Jimmy Ellis, Jimmy Maiden, Doug Henry, John Dowd, JoJo Keller, all you guys, I used to come to Southwick and I would stand on the fence there where the spectator jumped, and I'd be one of those kids that was screaming like crazy for you, cheering you on. And sometimes you don't realize the impact you've had on kids. I spent my whole childhood trying to learn how to go as fast as you guys were. I never learned to go as fast as you guys could, but I had one other hero, his name was Evel Knievel. I learned how to jump my motorcycle like Evel Knievel did. I ended up jumping 42 cars back in 1991, and that was before that kid that was born in 94. It was before he was even born.
That's completely insane. And you're standing here to talk about it. That's even more remarkable.
Yeah, the jump I did, it was actually 3 years ago when I jumped Evel Knievel's bike. We had to insure the bike for $350,000.
That was down in Sturgis, right?
Yeah, for the 75th anniversary.
I believe Evel failed at that jump, and you completed it, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a matter of I was trying to beat Evel Knievel. I was trying to finish the jump for my hero. Now Evel Knievel and I hold the world record together. It's quite an honor.
You're honoring him. That's fantastic. Great job. So your real name is Doug Senego. We know you as Doug Danger. You used to live in Wales, Mass, right? I had a friend of mine text me a picture of your homestead right in Wales, Mass. He's a New England boy like us. So you signed the Hall of Fame up there? Did you sign the Hall of Fame? I haven't done it yet. We need you to sign it, man. I need a couple other people to sign it. Amy Fortin, you got to sign the Wall of Fame. And Paul, where's Paul Buckley? Where's Paul? Where's Paul Buckley? Oh, Paul, you need to sign the Hall of Fame, brother. You're one of yeah, you did. We just didn't get your trophy yet. That's next year. So please sign the Hall of Fame. Doug, hey guys, Doug Danger is coming here next year, June 1st, and he's doing a jump here, right here at the New England Motorcycle Museum. And he told me, here's the deal. He'll do the jump. He gave me a number. I won't say exactly what it was, but he said I'll do it on the Evel Knievel's Harley Davidson. No, wait, he said he'll do it on the CR500, and then he gave me a price for doing it on the Harley Davidson. It was 30 times as much. So I think that's because the odds of dying on a Harley Davidson or maiming yourself on a Sportster, we're talking about a 1960s Sportster, this guy will huck it over 21 cars, which is fucking remarkable. So, sorry for swearing, but I mean, I would want to jump a curb with a Sportster. This guy jumps 21 cars and lands it, so. 22, I'm sorry.
22 cars on the Harley, but I just want all these motocrossers to know you guys are the ones that inspire all us daredevils, and all your styles on the jumps and everything else. That's where we learn this stuff from, and you guys are my heroes, man. I watched you guys when I was a kid. I used to love watching you guys over there at Southwick, Middleborough, We went to Central Village. I went out one time to race. I was practicing out at Central Village, and I was out with one of my expert friends. His name is Mike Degatano. They call him Digger.
Digger, where's Digger? Is he here?
Digger here?
Yeah, I know he's supposed to be here. He's probably with Treadwell. Wait, I see Pete Olson. Is Treadwell here?
I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
Oh, Treadwell's here. I'll be son of Mike Treadwell. Woo! What's up, brother? How you doing? Tread has arrived. The party has officially started. It will end at Shays tonight. Maybe it might end up in the blue. Who knows? It could get ugly. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun night tonight.
Anyways, I was out there at Central Village with Mike Degatano, and he was running, and I got by him once, and I'm like, man, this guy's an expert class racer. And I was running around, and he was on my tail, and I thought he couldn't get by me. Then we came up to the double jump. I did the double jump, and I looked up in the air as I was landing, and he was going by me and making a triple out of it because there was one more jump. He landed, roosted into the corner, and he was so far gone. And you talk about letting the air out of my bags. I can tell you right now, it was that guy was so fast. I was like, I don't even know why I race with you guys. You make me look sick.
But he's not jumping a Harley over 22 cars. I guarantee you that. So come back here next June 1st. Doug will be doing a jump here. We're doing our first annual Rock Stock event. We have 21 bands coming over 3 days. It's May 29th, June 1st. Wait, May 29th? Wait, no, May 31st, June 1st, and June 2nd. That weekend. Doug's jumping on the 1st. 7 bands a day, 21 bands. And we have a 52-acre compound, motocross compound, 4 miles from here. You guys are welcome to camp out there if you'd like. We'll be posting all this stuff on YouTube, so definitely sign up, subscribe to the Kaplan Cycles, New England Motorcycle Museum YouTube channel. That's where all the updates will be, or through Facebook. Sign on for the old men that used to race. Thanks to Jimbo. Facebook page, and stay in touch for our next big event. Who's our next NESC champion? Where's Tread? Tread, come on up here. Who's next? Any NESC champions back here? Any national champions? NESC champions? Where's Doug Henry? He's supposed to be here. What about Dowdy? Dowdy's not here? Where's Tread? Let's go find him. He's around here somewhere. Thank you, Doug Danger, for coming tonight. Hey, guys, Doug Danger flew all the way from Florida for this event, so little round of applause for Doug Danger, world champion jumper. Round of applause for Doug Danger. Woo! Yeah. Dude, he was just talking about you a second ago, jumping over his head.
I missed that.
So, this is the vice president of NESC.
Co-vice president.
Co-vice president.
Where's the other one?
Where's the king?
Out there, yeah.
Where's Camilio? Jack Camilio, get over here. Digger, this is Mike Degatano. Digger, give us a couple of words of wisdom about the state of racing today.
It's doing great, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, you got 5 organizations running it every weekend. You know, it's good.
Awesome. What are the plans for 2019? You send it?
Yes.
I've seen your jumps this year. You're jumping farther than most of the events.
I tried.
Awesome. Keep up the good work,
I
Digger.
hang my hat on that.
Awesome. Thanks. Did you win any NESC championships?
No.
If you have, sign the Hall of Fame down there. Here he is. Tread, get over here. We were talking about you before you got here. This is Mike Treadwell. Mike, how you doing? This is a guy, you don't need to take, this guy doesn't need an name tag. He lives like 4 miles from here and he shows up 3 hours late, but...
Hey, I was Santa today. I was Santa today for a toy drive, so...
That's awesome. He was Santa?
Yeah, I was Santa.
So this guy, I think he's the only one to ever do it. He's won an NESC or Pro race 30 years in a row. Has anybody else done that?
Yeah, I think Dowdy has.
Dowdy has also, so 2 guys, maybe in all history of motocross.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has done it. Like I said, from 89, I won my first expert race here at NESC, and got one this year too, so it's still...
I don't know how you do it, man. Unbelievable. Total eclipse of the aging process. You just twist it. You think you're 18 when that gate drops, right? You just go for it.
Yeah, not that, my wife tells me I'm not that bright, so I guess I haven't figured it out yet.
I don't know about that, man, but hats off, man. Another legend here. You signed the Hall of Fame down there on the wall?
I haven't yet, I just got here.
We need your signature for sure.
Absolutely. I'm waiting for Dowdy to get here, so anyone that went on that to get his helmet, he was too cheap to put helmet liners in there. I'll con him into giving the helmet liners. I know he's kind of cheap.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Mike.
All right, guys.